I'm back under the tree. I'm out back under the tree at the graveyard. I was here Sunday morning, and if you saw the video I made Sunday morning, you saw me lift my hands and look up and say, "I praise thee, O Father, Lord of heaven and earth." That's what you heard me say last Sunday. That's what you just heard me say just then. I'll say it again. I'll lift both hands. I'll look to heaven and say, "I praise thee, O Father, Lord of heaven and earth." And some foolish individual is going to be craftily deceived by the devil. How do I know? Because it's a guarantee. Yeah, it's a guarantee. The devil will deceive many. And they will say to Jesus of Nazareth, a man whom God raised from the dead, "Lord, Lord, didn't we?" And Jesus will say to them, "Depart from me, I never knew you." And there are those today that like to play games. You don't want to put God to the test. Nope. God created the heavens and the earth. He did it in 7 days. On the 7th day, he rested. And there was a day after the 7th, just like there was a day after the 9th, the 10th, and the 11th. Yep. Somebody said, no, there wasn't but 7 days and they came to an end. No, the days have not come to an end. As long as this sun that's shining on me sits in its place where God put it, there will be another day and another night on the earth. Yep, there will be another day and another night on the earth. You can take it to the bank. Seed time and harvest. Everything that God told Noah after the flood will be just as God said it would be. Yep. And men, wise men, call upon the name of the Lord. There have been wise men. There have been some that were wiser than others. I can name a few. At one time, Adam was the wisest man. One time he was. And some may say, well, he's the wisest that there's ever been. You can say what you want. I'm just going to say Adam was a wise man. I'm going to say Noah was a wise man. How was Noah wise? He was smart enough to build a boat the way that God told him to build it. He obeyed God. Wise men obey God. And Noah was a wise man, a righteous man. And he never saw Jesus or heard the name Jesus. he never did. After Noah's sons, got their wives pregnant, other names appeared. Every father names his son. That's just the way it works. Fathers, can name their sons. I didn't say a mother can't name one. Fathers generally do. Now, since this is about the wise men, I'm going to name a couple of more wise men. One of the wise men was named, I believe it was, what was it? Abraham. That was his last name. His first name was Abram. Abram was a name given to him by his daddy. Abraham was a name given to him by God, who had created the heavens and the earth and breathed into Adam so that he could live. Just thought I'd throw that in on this video. Now, the wise man, Abraham, could hear God's voice. And God, who had told Abraham, or Abram, to go, I'll show you something, took off following God's lead. And it led him to a place where God said, now look about you. And Abram, who God later named Abraham, looked, and God spoke to the man and told him some things about that which he overlooked that day. Yep. God made him a promise, and God makes good on his promises. But Abraham, or Abram, was tested by God. And Abraham did not fail the test, because Abraham took his son up on a mountain with knife, wood, and fire, and was going to do what God told him to do. And that's when God said, do not harm the lad. That's what God said. Now, these people today are preaching a message that I say is not good. One that says Jesus is God. That's not good. But back to Abraham. Isaac lived. Isaac had two sons. One he named Esau, and one Jacob. God changed Jacob's name to Israel. God did. Jesus did not. I don't believe God has changed Jesus' name. If he has, I'm not aware of it. God has not made me aware of it. But I am aware that there are many false teachers today, and they say many things concerning Jesus of Nazareth. Be careful. Be careful with your words. Be careful with your words. I have been careful with mine this morning, but I want some people to know that God has raised Jesus from the dead. And Peter and Paul were not the last people that God filled with his Spirit. If you do not have it, I would not suggest that you pretend you do. No, because there are many pretenders today. I'm not a pretender. I will do like Noah did. I'm gonna do like Abram did. I'm gonna do like Moses did. I'm gonna do like Jesus did. Now, do you know what all of those men did? They called upon the name of the Lord. And Jesus was given a name. Anyway, I'll lift my hands again. I praise thee, O Father, Lord of heaven and earth. I can finish because you will cause me to finish whatever it is that you have called me to do. Thank you. And this video is coming to an end now. Checkmate.